So, as I've explained, my initial feelings about coming to America were so great, etc. The reality is that you still have to find a place to stay. And so I decided that as much as I really want to stay in Washington, D.C., sometimes it's more like it's much better for you to move away, a little bit away from the city. So I'm primarily in Arlington, which is also like a city, which is in Virginia. And I know when I first thought Virginia, I thought it was like pretty rural, but it's actually not like that. Like Arlington in particular is not rural. I have to say that I haven't been to other parts of Virginia to give you a proper view on how Virginia is, but Arlington and McLean, which is where I am also most times, is not it's not rural in any sense. But anyway, so finding a place, I went through 5 apartments. I decided on the Monday I arrived, and I think on the Tuesday my mom was like, okay, we need to find an apartment and we have to find one today. I don't even know why this lady's putting me under so much pressure. So I had scheduled 5 apartments and then all this pressure now to find this apartment. I eventually did find an apartment. I think for me, the most important thing about an apartment is that it needs to sort of resonate home. I didn't want something that was so state of the art, that it felt like I was in somebody else's home. I needed something that was really comfortable, that stayed true to who I am, was still hip and modern and stuff, but had that homey feeling. So my apartment has a lot of carpeting, which a lot of young people could be anti the carpeting, but for me it makes me feel home-like, and it gets a lot of sun. It gets so hot in my apartment, which is really, really nice because I like the sun, I like the warmth. So that was something that I was really excited about. The people here in my apartment was just so great. I think I'm in a community of people who are very young, who are very bold in their statements. I walk across the corridors and there are people who've been to the Women's March. There are people who are active citizens. So it's always nice to be in a building where people think very diversely and are not afraid to express who they are. My particular building is also not far from the metro station, which is so key, guys. I do not have a vehicle. So my walk to the metro needs to be the shortest as possible. It gets there are times where it's there's so much snow, there's so much rain, there's so much cold, there's so much wind. You don't want to be out in the elements for too long. So that was also one of the conditions that I wanted with my apartment, that it needed to be very close to the metro station. Every day I commute for about 30 minutes to McLean. So it's really, really nice that that I'm not in that usual 1.5 hour Joburg traffic. So I'm really, really grateful for the fact that I have a metro. I do really miss my car. I miss the convenience of just, putting in a location and then just driving there. Now I put in a location and then I have to see, okay, from the metro station, I have to take a bus to this and that. But what's great about this is that I have learned to appreciate the art of public transport. So it's really actually quite simple. I don't know why it felt very complicated to me, but it actually is so simple. And I think that this is the kind of city where you can easily live off the public transport. It's not like Los Angeles where, it's such a nightmare, or even Johannesburg sometimes where it just feels like a nightmare to be using public transport, because I used public transport in Johannesburg for when I was still at Wits and I didn't have a vehicle, and it was really, really stressful because even when you were at a specific, even if you were being dropped off at a specific point with the bus, you still needed a car to take you from that point to your house. Whereas, most of the metro points are in places where it's quite close to an apartment, if that makes sense. It's built, DC and Virginia, and Arlington have been built in such a way that moving around is super easy, and there's always a bus, everything is on time. So that's really, really great. So the challenge of actually finding an apartment was really actually not that bad. And also finding furniture. So I decided to rent out my furniture. And at first I was like, why am I renting out furniture? It doesn't make sense why you're renting out furniture. But to me, because I never really know where I'm going to end up being, I'd rather just have that situation where somebody just takes the furniture off of me. So that was the part that I really enjoyed, is actually looking for an apartment. The people were so great, and you also get a sense of community within the area. So every single place where I visited, the people were so nice. And that's also the other thing that I must say about Arlington. The people here are so nice, like creepy nice. You know, when you're like, okay, when are you guys gonna stop being nice? That kind of nice. And it hasn't stopped. Like, the people are still like really nice. It's like really unsettling because, I mean, South Africans are very nice people, but like, you know, when you're in Joburg, not everyone is that nice. And here, everyone wants to help you. People want to open doors for you. People want to know where you're from, what you're doing here. It's so great, la la la. So it's really, really wonderful. And that was challenge one of moving to the United States.